This is a story of power, greed, and karma, all centered in Lagos. Lagos was a city of two extremes. On one side, it was the land of dreams, where wealth was measured in private jets, luxury yachts, and billionaire mansions. On the other hand, it was a graveyard of broken souls, where poverty crushed ambition before it even had a chance to grow. Aisha Kalu was born into the wrong side of Lagos. Her family lived in a slum where the air was thick with the scent of stale sweat, street food, and unfulfilled promises. Her father, Alhaji Kalu, had once been a proud mechanic, but when the economy crumbled, so did his spirit. He drowned himself in cheap gin, leaving his wife to shoulder the burden of survival. Mama Aisha was a woman of silent suffering, selling peppers and tomatoes in the market, barely making enough to keep food on the table. But even that was never enough. Hunger was Aisha's first teacher. She learnt that poverty stripped away dignity, that without money you were invisible. And she vowed, at just 12 years old, that she would never live like this forever. By the time Aisha was 15, she knew that beauty was a currency. She had smooth caramel skin, sharp cheekbones, and a body that drew attention wherever she went. The first man to make an offer was Mr. O, the landlord of their one-room apartment. One evening, as she sat outside, he walked up to her, his eyes lingering where they shouldn't. "You're a fine girl, Aisha," he murmured, slipping a thick envelope into her hands. "You shouldn't suffer like this." She knew what it meant. She could have screamed, thrown the money back at him, but she thought of her mother's tired eyes, her younger siblings' empty stomachs, the eviction notice nailed to their door, and she made a choice. The first time was unpleasant, a violation of her soul. But when she opened the envelope and saw the crisp Naira notes, something inside her shifted. For the first time, She felt powerful. Aisha vowed to never be powerless again. At 18, she left home. She moved to living with a friend who introduced her to higher-paying clients. She reinvented herself. She learned to speak with confidence, walk with grace, and study men like prey. By 19, she stopped dealing with broke men. She chased power. She stopped dealing with small men like Mr. O. She studied wealthy women, observing how they moved, spoke, and commanded respect. She reinvented herself. She stopped using cheap perfume and learned how to walk in high heels, like she was born in them. Then, one fateful night at Echo Lounge, she met Chief O, a real estate tycoon who could buy half of Lagos without blinking. He was rich